Hello and welcome to Black History Month. Hope you guys are getting it all in. So much to learn, so much to study, so much to remember. It is so important. Sometimes your history is what you might read back in the old days. Other times you live in the history. And other times you're making the history that will become in the future. So we want you to stay aware of that. We've seen the path of ourselves follow a certain historical background that just leads to the next thing that leads to the next thing. So when you learn from your history, then you can grow with it. For instance, our very first major concert as Midnight Star was opening for Natalie Cole at Kentucky State University, 1976 homecoming.
That was before me. I was a few months after.
Yeah, then Vincent came in and rounded the group out. But the biggest thing about that was growing up with the music of Nat King Cole in the house. We had so much respect for his sound, his voice, his etiquette, his suavity. Such a cool cat with such an incredible voice. So to work with Natalie, at that phase we were the opening act, and then you turn around 10 years later, then we're doing what?
Get a chance to produce and write for Natalie, which is pretty awesome.
And the funny thing about that was, there's always a sort of a nervousness about working with a new artist that you haven't worked with before, and you wondering, do they like you? Do they like the song? How does it go? So they flew me into Los Angeles. In fact, this was our first production after leaving Midnight Star. Another first, right? And so I'm sitting on a couch like this when Natalie's sitting right over there, and I have no real demo. And she's like, well, how does it go? Jumpstart my heart, charge me up when I'm running down. So Vincent flies out, we get to cutting the track. That was a track that we had to record almost 5 times, different tracks, to get the right feel that we wanted. We even had to bring the maestro Joe Davis out to California to lay some funk on there as well. So it's been an incredible run. And just one little quick story, we're in the studio, we just now getting ready to start recording Natalie's vocal. And, one of the craziest things I ever did, how silly of it was me, was, you push the talk back button, you can talk to the person behind the glass, right? So I pushed the button and then I started singing one of Nat King Cole's songs, but I think it wasn't on, so I don't think she heard me. So I think I might have escaped that one. But that probably gave her the idea to do the duets with her dad, so what can we say? History.
Yeah, I think one of the fun things too was sitting around at lunch, having lunch and listening to Natalie tell stories about her dad and the historical things that happened during that time. But it's always about the music, though, the creativity.
Another one.
Does it seem to be up too high?
The camera?
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, man. Hope it didn't cut off.